आई रिमेंबर जग्गी था हमारे क्लास में SPJain में, जिसको कॉल जग्गी फ्रेशर ओनली, उसका नाम ही था, और फ्रेशर की तरह तो एक फ्रेशर को टैग भी लग जाता है कि वो फ्रेशर है इन द टॉप 20 स्कूल्स एज वेल, एंड वो टैग लेके हम लोग घूमते हैं कि हम तो फ्रेशर हैं, हम तो चिल कर रहे हैं, इट्स लाइक अनदर कॉलेज फॉर अस. नो, तो फ्रेशर का टैग तुम्हारे हाथ में है, यू नो.
Lot of life projects because I took up 2 life projects in 4 months.
बहुत बढ़िया काम ही करवा रही है यार. MBA लाइफ जीने दो अभी. तो भाई तुम्हें मनाली नहीं जाना है, फ्रेशर तुम्हें पहले अपना इंटर्नशिप देनी है, और कॉलेज में आते ही सुबह तुम क्लास करोगे और शाम को लाइफ प्रोजेक्ट पे काम करोगे. Alright, hi everyone, welcome on board. बहुत से लोग मुझे क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं कि प्लेसमेंट्स का सीन क्या चल रहा है बिजनेस स्कूल के अंदर. देखो भाई, प्लेसमेंट्स तो टफ है. टफ चल रही है कि नहीं?
जी बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
झूठ बोलना अलाउड नहीं है. तो मैं आज कॉलेज के अंदर हूँ. Today I am at SDA Bocconi and I'm proud of these students. We've got Jerrin Joy. Hi Jerrin, welcome.
Hi.
Great. Jerrin की नौकरी लगी SDFC में and he's majors in finance और प्लेसकॉम में भी काम कर चुका है. तूने पहले नहीं बताया तूने. Oh, this is a different blood altogether. We'll speak about that. All right, so let's start from my right. Today we're going to have this interaction और हम जानेंगे कि हाईएस्ट प्लेसमेंट कैसे लेके आनी है. प्लेसमेंट का सीन तो टफ है, बट कुछ लोग निकाल पाते हैं प्लेसमेंट. When is the college getting over? पहले तो ये बताओ.
On 27th March.
27th March. So still there are 3 to 4 months to go as well, and you are already placed. Around 2 months to go now, though.
Yeah.
Now the 1 month to go.
1 month.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
And you guys came from Milan in January only.
Yes.
ये इनकी कॉलेज में एक थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम है. ये लोग जैन में आते हैं और 2 मंथ के अंदर प्लेसमेंट लगवानी पड़ती है, right?
Yeah.
But I think 50% batch is already placed and rest is going through the placements, right?
Yeah.
Superb. Let's begin. So Apoorva, why don't you talk about your placement? तू तो पहले ही वर्क एक्स तेरा डिलॉयट में था.
Yeah.
Good, yeah. Talk about you. What is the work it's all about?
So I was a business technology analyst there, a typical tech role after an engineering background. So I worked there for 2 years, pretty fun. But yes, उसके बाद मेरे को realize हुआ that I don't want to continue further in technology and I started searching more towards marketing.
Okay, and then you moved out. Great. इसकी
Yeah.
internship भी लगी है Kellogg's के अंदर, right?
Yeah, summer internship.
Summer
Yeah.
internship. क्यों नहीं निकाला?
Unfortunately, couldn't.
चलो बातें मत पूछो सर. Good, we'll talk about that as well. You interned with Nomura.
Yes.
भाई ये पीछे ना. पीछे मेरे घर पे अगर विंडो खोलोगे तो सीधा नमूरा दिखता है. मैं ना हमेशा बोलता हूँ इनको, मेरे घर के पीछे IIT बॉम्बे है, निटी है, और इधर SDA Bocconi है सामने, एंड घर के सामने नमूरा भी है. How was the internship? Fun?
Oh, it was really good.
Yeah, what was the role like?
So I worked as a finance intern in the cost management department.
What?
And my major work was to see how much the project was allocated in terms of cost, how much they have actually incurred the cost, and what more can they do to reduce the cost.
It was more of corporate finance, right?
Yeah,
More
yeah.
of corporate finance. Good. Great, यार. Jerrin, Mr. Jerrin, तू तो placement coordinator है.
Yeah, I was one of the placement coordinators.
क्या होता है? अच्छा, one of the placement coordinator. Tell me more about you. Placed in HDFC Ergo.
Yes.
Great. Tell me more about what's the role like. Which
So it's a management trainee role, but it's under a new program that they have started. It's called the Fuel Leadership Program. So it's basically a fast track program. For 1 year, you're a management trainee, and I think after that, you would be given a managerial functional role.
I'm a big fan of leadership program. जो लोग सुन रहे हैं, जो 20 schools के अंदर जाने वाले हैं, always look for the leadership program. I was a part of it as well. Now at CATKing, we also run a leadership program. So leadership, you're the blue-eyed boys of the campus, of the company. They spend a lot of time, energies, and resources on you. Most of the CEOs, like my company, like an old company, G, they also came from the same leadership program. So they take special care of you. And उनका फंडा रहता है कि attrition ना हो पाए. People should stay with us. Great यार, let's go. अच्छा, अभी हम बात करने वाले हैं. पहली बात तो फ्रेशर कौन है? तेरा वर्क एक्स है फ्रेशर? 2 years.
Work ex, yeah.
कितने साल?
2 years.
फ्रेशर तेरा?
Work ex 2.5.
2.5 years. 2.5 years, 2 years, and then fresher. Good. तो फ्रेशर्स को दिक्कत आती है प्लेसमेंट के अंदर. मैंने सुना है रिज्यूमे शॉर्टलिस्ट नहीं होते हैं. How true is that?
That's not very true. It depends on how well you portray your CV. So again, there are a lot of seminars that we take. Our professors help. You can take the help of your IIMs, because at certain point the IIMs will help you. Okay, you need to remove this part, make it a bit more, numerical, और थोड़े numbers डालो, थोड़े quantify करो उससे, ताकि आपने जो internships किए. So I don't think any fresher who has come over here does not have an internship, or they have not worked as an intern or a trainee before.
शॉर्टलिस्ट में दिक्कत तो आती होगी. You would have seen like if your roommate is a work experience, say Apoorva is a roomie, इसकी shortlist आ रही है, तेरी नहीं आ रही. ऐसा feeling थोड़ा लगा freshers को? नहीं. What do you think? हाँ, Placecom?
No, actually, surprisingly, this year a lot of freshers were getting shortlisted.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's an aberration, but this year they've been getting more than enough opportunities in shortlists as well.
Do you see the freshers getting, since it's like 2 out of 3, 66% people here are work experience, with only one fresher. But do you guys see that there's a deviation? Either freshers are on the extremes. यहाँ तो भाई बहुत फाड़ू प्लेसमेंट डे 0 हो गया भाई, नमूरा निकाल लिया भाई बंदे ने, राइट? यहाँ तो भाई तू तो नमूरा है, तेरा क्या है? तो बाकी जो बेचारे गरीब एंड में भी तो रह जाते हैं, या एंड में बेचारे लगे पड़े हैं, टफ टाइम आ रहे हैं. पहले उससे पूछूंगा वो प्लेस कॉम वाला है. हाँ,
Yeah, that is true. There's a lot of
वो शुगर कोटेड आंसर देगा ना.
yeah, there's a lot of freshers also who probably find themselves in a tough spot. But that's probably why our college also offers them many opportunities in terms of grooming, in terms of preparing their CV, making them job ready. So even if you don't necessarily have work X, you're still very ready to go out in the.
Okay, long story short, freshers के लिए मुश्किल तो है.
Yes.
As compared to work X.
Yes.
Summer internship and final placement दोनों मिला के, और overall college life के लिए.
Yes.
I wouldn't say for the shortlist, but maybe in the interview, as a person with WorkX, you have much more actually corporate experience.
Got it. So you're saying shortlist तो आ जाएगा.
Yeah, shortlist
Is happening even for freshers.
So भाई big shout out to you guys. Freshers को दिक्कत आ सकती है, but लोग नमूरा भी जाते हैं, कैलॉग्स भी जाते हैं, हर जगह पे जाते भी हैं फ्रेशर. ऐसा नहीं है कि
True.
कि वर्क वालों की होगी. But at the same time, इंटरव्यू के अंदर वो फ्रेशर, we should like call fresher a fresher. I remember जग्गी था हमारे क्लास में SPJain में, we should call जग्गी a fresher only, उसका नाम ही था, और fresher की तरह. तो एक fresher को टैग भी लग जाता है कि वो fresher है.
Yeah.
In the top B schools as well. And वो टैग लेके हम लोग घूमते हैं कि हम तो fresher हैं, हम तो chill कर रहे हैं. It's like another college for us. No. तो fresher का टैग तुम्हारे हाथ में है, तो you are already, it's like a work experience. So freshers जनता को वर्क और लेना चाहिए, इंटर्नशिप्स करनी चाहिए. द डे वन यू जॉइन कॉलेज, क्लब्स, कमिटीज हियर एंड देयर, कीप, यू मस्ट हैव डन समथिंग. we're going to talk about that. So great, let's begin यार. Please explain the process, how the placement process happens. कॉलेज में घुसे, जून जुलाई में कॉलेज स्टार्ट हुआ, व्हाट्स नेक्स्ट?
So I think from the moment we enter, we know that within 1 or 2 months, एकदम से companies का spike आने वाला है. We start prepping. We know what are the brand labels that are gonna come, and we start preparing automatically. Like I think only first 2-3 weeks are the one where we kind of have like a time to take a breather. After that, we are just beginning bang on, and we start waiting that okay, now companies are gonna roll in. Once they start coming in, we start applying with our CVs, connecting with our alums, seeing that okay, we mostly reach out to our alums and ask for help, that okay, help us fix our CVs. That is the first thing. I think CV fixing is a very primary point.
There could be a master CV where you put in everything what you've done in life, and then you put in one thing. पहला चीज़ है CV fix करो भाई. CV के अंदर what makes people to get shortlisted? तेरा तो कैलॉग्स में हुआ था यार, फिर PPO ने निकाला, वो मैं पूछूंगा तेरी स्टोरी, what need not to be done in the internship, ताकि इसका PPO नहीं लगा, वो बात की स्टोरी है. It's very important to know what need not to be done, then to what needs to be done as well. We'll speak about that. पहले कैलॉग्स में जाने के लिए क्या था तेरे CV में से spike? What made you cut through?
I think the thing is, I tweaked my work experience in such a way. Obviously, I was honest with it, but I tweaked it and displayed it in such a way that what role Kellogg's is looking for, I am in tandem with that.
Well, Placecom, you allow to tweak the CV?
Yes, I mean, as long as it's true.
Yeah, as how I mentioned, as long as it's true. Like you have to display it in such a way that yes, this is actually what I have done, but this is also fitting in right with the role that the company is offering.
बहुत बढ़िया. So here, is it a one CV policy or you got like many CVs?
There's many CVs. You
Many
can tailor
CVs.
your CV.
So Kellogg's में जाना है तो सर ये लोग marketing वाला CV. तो नमूरा में सर ये लोग iBanker वाला CV. ये लोग बताओ कहाँ ऐसा. Good. So some schools allow doing that. You can have multiple CV. Some IIMs have like only one CV, one man, one CV. That's it. The same CV sent to the whole world as well. But I think this is a good thing, give people the creativity. Like I remember I had like many CVs from finance से लेके, marketing से लेके, consult से लेके, all the prod man तक सारे CVs ready होने चाहिए. तो tweak किया आपने फिर?
Yes.
और फिर
So
shortlist आया.
after that, I applied. Then I got the shortlist. I think after getting the shortlist, within a week or so, we all expect our interviews to happen.
How many people were there? Shortlisted?
So I can expect there were around, for the role that I applied, there were at least 100-120 people.
120 people shortlisted?
A lot of people were shortlisted. Yeah.
From Bocconi itself.
Yeah, a lot of people applied. Then there was one round. Then then there were There were 2-3 rounds. So
and how many people went for the interviews then?
so I think for the interviews we were around 11 or 12.
11 or 12 for
Yeah.
the interview. अच्छा वो
Yeah.
shortlist आया फिर 11 को मानो ना उसके बाद एक और round था कुछ.
Yeah, there was one more round
Some
in between.
small in
Some
between
small.
online,
Yeah,
अच्छा.
yeah.
So 120 is not short. It's like a eligibility criteria.
Yes,
kind of
yes,
thing. And then
yes.
11 लोग can do. How many they finally took it?
Finally they took 4 of us.
4. Oh, not
Yeah.
bad. चलो भाई अच्छा तू बता तेरी internship was in Nomura. How was Nomura's internship and what did they check in the CVs? क्या हुआ interview के अंदर?
So actually before applying to college, I was interning with a company called Bright Champs.
अच्छा.
I was there as a strategy intern. So during my interview with Nomura after the CV shortlisting, my entire interview revolved in fact around my internship over there. So I was there for around 6 months. So मेरा पूरा interview उसी के around था. And since I was applying, as Apoorva said, that we tweaked our CVs a bit since I was applying for a finance role. So a lot of information were quantifiable in terms of numbers. So they asked me, okay,
How did you look in the interview? क्या पूछा क्या ऐसा?
इंटरव्यू में काफ़ी सारे एक तो मुझे रेशियोज पूछे उन्होंने बिकॉज सिंस वी वर इन द फाइनेंस डोमेन internship and then they asked me so I particularly developed a strategy when I was there since it was a startup. It's a startup edtech company, so they were like how you did it, how you convinced your managers to go ahead with this new strategy. Good. And what was the outcome in terms of money, in terms of the return that the company earned.
Great. तो freshers के लिए क्या advice है यार अभी since you've got through you've done Nomura तेरी final placement भी हो चुकी है, but what's your advice to get placed in ENY or Deloitte of the world?
So I would advise them that I guess a lot of people have already gotten calls from their college and they still have around 2-3 months before joining. I would suggest them that if they can get a good internship in any company, be it a startup or a big company or a big four, it would be very beneficial for them to actually have some material to speak.
Before joining the B school.
Before joining
वो
the B school.
मनाली की टिकट बुक करके बैठे हैं तो बोल रहे कॉलेज ज्वाइन करने के पहले.
कुछ मतलब at least you will have something to speak about in the interview. Right. As Jerrin already said that being a fresher, we are at a disadvantage that we do not have a lot to speak about. So अगर हमने internship या कुछ की है तो we'll actually get some material.
2-3 महीने कुछ तो करके आओ for sure.
कुछ करके आओ, certification कर लो, कोई internship कर लो.
Because the
Do something.
CV freeze हो जाते हैं, and then
Yeah.
Placecom will come and they freeze the CV within 2-3 months. And the summer internship starting वाली तो would have started in maybe October only maybe.
Yeah.
Like the first company coming to campus would be in
Yes.
October, right?
Yes.
And most of the IIMs at Bocconi also it's going to be same. तो भाई आते ही तेरा CV freeze होता है और CV freeze होता है, you can't do any changes to it,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
I'm not sure. Do you allow a little bit changes towards the end?
Yes, we do allow changes because we do allow them to craft the CV based on the
Yeah, you can actually craft the CV for sure. बहुत ही बढ़िया. So you allow them to craft the CV.
Yes, as per the job role, they're allowed to change the same thing what they've done, but maybe change the way in which they have said it, because the same finance point can be changed into a sales
Multiple times, yeah. Same finance. ये देखो place commerce.
Yeah.
Point. Could be moved to us. क्या बात है. मतलब HDFC में तुमने अगर internship करी है, so you can talk about the marketing strategy of HDFC Bank, and if it is a marketing role, how cool is that? Great, yeah.
I'd like to add one thing. That as a fresher, if after coming back to the college, after joining the college, you still get a lot of life projects to work on before your interviews, but after the college starts. So if you have time and if you have time on your hand and you are not caught up with assignments and your regular classes, try taking up a lot of life projects, because I took up 2 life projects in 4 months.
बहुत बढ़िया. तो भाई पहले तू काम ही करवा रही है यार, MBA लाइफ जीने दो अभी. तो भाई तुम्हें मनाली नहीं जाना है, फ्रेशर. तुम्हें पहले अपना इंटर्नशिप देनी है और कॉलेज में आते ही सुबह तुम क्लास करोगे और शाम को लाइव प्रोजेक्ट पे काम करोगे. बहुत बढ़िया. उसके बाद तुम्हारी नौकरी लग जाएगी नोमुरा में और मे भी तुम्हारा फिर तुम फाइन लग जाएगी ENY के अंदर. फ्रेशर को दिक्कत तो है. ग्रेट. वर्क एक्सकाइज ऐसा होता है कि यार दे स्टार्टेड टाइप कास्टिंग यू कि ब्रो यू आर लाइक दिस ओनली, यू कम फ्रॉम IT, नाउ टू गो दिस ओनली. ऐसा
Yes.
होता है. ये तो मूवीज में टाइप कास्ट करते हैं यार, ये तो बस फन लविंग एक्टर है या ये तो देवदास टाइप रोल ही करता है, ये तो ऐसा ही है.
No, for sure.
Yeah?
Because in both of my interviews, whether it be summer or final placements, दोनों में this question arises the most, that why you coming, why this transition from technology, and constantly I have to prove that point that yes, I can still be a good fit for marketing as well. So that, yes, they definitely put you in a box.
But MBA is a transition phase. That's why you do an MBA, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
समझ आता है टेक में 2 साल करने के बाद bro ये तो नहीं चाहिए,
Yeah.
right? ये तो नहीं चाहिए. Then you build your story around that. वो obviously बात है यार. मैं तो इनको बहुत बड़ा foolish example देता हूँ. Like even if you've got a worker at home or a helper at home, you know, he or she is helping you to clean or mop your floors. And one fine day he said, I don't want to mop the floors. You know, I'm going to take a break for a month and I'm going to come back and I'm going to just start doing the dishes only. That's it. तो बोलेगा bro, hello. What dishes? You know how to do? वही काम कर, right? And that's how you do it. That's what human nature is all about. That's what expertise is also all about. Because जाने अनजाने आपकी expertise तो बनती है tech के अंदर, right? You're knowing things at Deloitte, right?
For sure.
बहुत बढ़िया, great. Jerrin, you placed at HDFC ago, and what was the earlier placement?
I was working in Discover Dollar. It's actually an Ascom-backed startup. They're into revenue recovery of retailers, oil and gas, and different clients in different industries. I was into the finance part, managing business logic, translating to that to our different members of our team. And yeah, I mainly did my MBA to do the transition, like you said. So I've done marketing, I worked in a VC, I've internet consulting. So I've pretty much dipped my hands in everything.
Everything, yeah.
And then come back to finance itself. Super. So it's, yeah, I got my chance in these 2 years to just try everything out.
That's amazing. यार तुम काफी बड़े-बड़े लोग बैठे हो यहाँ पे, you know, कोई Deloitte से आ रहा है, तो Kellogg's जा रहा है, फिर ID5 जा रहा है, तो कोई Nomura से आ रहा है, तो ENY जा रहा है, वो startup से आ रहा है, फिर HDFC और वो it's all transition. You know, that's what the MBA life is all about. And you guys are role models for many people. Like earlier, were you watching my videos before MBA?
Yeah.
You're sitting on this side of the screen.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, this side of the screen. Now you're sitting on this side. You're a role model. Any parting thoughts for all these kids who are like 20, 21, 22, 23, when you were 2 years back? Now you're wrapping up your journey. क्या बोलना चाहोगे? कोई इधर स्ट्रेस है यार लाइफ में, नौकरी लगेगी नहीं लगेगी?
Yeah. So I think I would like to give everybody this one last tip, that whatever you think is your disadvantage, turn it or learn how to turn it into an advantage. Like for example, for me, the fact that I was transitioning from technology to marketing, I quoted it in such a way that everywhere, in every firm these days, in every role, you need technology and you have to be adaptable. So I showed myself as an adaptable person, and that I think is the reason why I was able to
Yeah,
crack.
I can do it for sure.
Yeah.
I can do it for sure. Great.
For me, I'll say that even if you are a fresher, don't let anyone say that you can't do it. You can do it, and it's just how you do it and what resources you use is on you. You can do anything. You are not at a
But
disadvantage
freshers को
anywhere.
कौन बोलते? These guys bully you?
No,
I
no.
tell you, अरे तू नहीं कर सकती. हम
No, but then a lot of freshers think that, oh, since I'm not a fresher, I cannot get into EY or Nomura because these guys look for people who have work ex, but that's not the case now.
So no preconceived notion for
Yeah,
freshers,
yes.
but keep working hard on it.
Keep working hard on yourself. Yeah.
Freshers के लिए मेरा एक advice है, you cannot have a sense of entitlement.
Correct.
मैं तो आ गया हूँ भाई, मैं तो पहुंच गया हूँ IIM, मैं तो पहुंच गया हूँ भाई नासिमोजी या SDA Bocconi या SPJain बॉम्बे. मेरे को तो भी चाहिए, तुम्हें कुछ नहीं चाहिए अभी, राइट? वर्किंग वाली जनता बोल सकती है भाई डिलॉयट से आए, वापस टेक से आए, टेक में नहीं जाना है, राइट?
Yes.
उसने कर लिया थोड़ा सा. इसको ये पता है कि इसको क्या नहीं चाहिए, तुम्हें भी कुछ नहीं पता है, कंपनी को पता है, तुम्हें तो कुछ पता भी नहीं है भाई, तू हीरो बन रहा है, राइट? तो भी इसलिए सेट करो अपनी एक्सपेक्टेशंस, गॉट बी वेरी हेल्पफुल. जेरिन,
My advice is more informal. I just think it's very important to have a core group of friends or your colleagues that are around you. Because I was just recently thinking about an insight. We were sitting around a table for lunch and we were actually for fun talking about Zepto's efficiency, how they can improve their business model. And this was not out of force. This was because we were actually interested in talking about it. And this helped me a lot in interviews and GDs because that became my comfort place. Because I was doing this with my friends while having lunch. When I'm sitting in a GD or in an interview and people are asking me about similar topics, it almost becomes second nature. And I think having a good group of friends around you who kind of have their priorities aligned, I think not just in our college, in every college becomes very.
that's so amazing. It's a very deep thought, yaar. I still remember SPJain Bombay and me, Arjun, Chaudhary, and Jaggi. They're like my friends. I don't smoke, so there's a guy who smokes. So we were in Andheri and at a cigarette place. So he was smoking. I was having a meetha pan, our 10th day of SPJain Bombay. And एक बड़ी गाड़ी आई पीछे से, Lexus थी, बंदा उठा. I still remember the name. The guy's name was Pankaj Rajdhan. And we were discussing about Rich Dad Poor Dad. And this guy Pankaj Razdan came to us. He was the to HDFC Argo में ना ICICI Life Prudential का CEO. He was like, "What man? You 21-year-old are discussing business?"
Yeah.
I was like,
Exactly.
sipping some beer at some shit place. What do you guys? So MBA does that to you if you let it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Else you can also discuss beers and stuff, but if you can discuss Budweiser's marketing campaign,
Yeah.
you know, and you come to know like the sub badi sharab companies belong to few conglomerates.
Exactly.
Yeah. Diageo is the one who controls like
Yeah.
massive market share in India. That's AB and Bev is the parent company of like the brand. I don't know why we're discussing Daru. Today Friday,
No.
Close.
Thursday. We can't discuss all that. But yeah, though when you start discussing that, when you're sitting in McDonald's and you say, "Oh shit, it's a real estate business. It's not a bloody Mac Aloo Tikki burger." That's what MBA does to you. Beyond placements. All right, boys and girls, thank you so much for joining in. It was lovely and pleasure meeting you, and all the best. And take care, boys and girls. Do it to the like button for sure. इनको वो बोला यार like share क्या बोलते हैं वो?
Like, share, subscribe, guys.
Like, share, subscribe और मुझे कमेंट करके बताइए what's your take on the placements? I've done this placement series across business schools. तुम्हें क्या लग रहा है भाई? क्या सीन है placements का? मेरे को तो लगता है कि MBA life is beyond placements. Of course, we are Indian kids. You invest 10 rupees, you want 10 rupees back. But the exposure of those 2 years, getting into Nomura, getting into Kellogg's, not getting a PPO, वाला part रह गया वैसे, not getting a PPO, बोलेगी सर 3 बार बोल दिया आपने, not getting a PPO and then coming out and then fighting it out and then getting placed again towards the end is long as any. Being in the placecom, not being in the placecom, being a great job to being a thankless job, to be the blue-eyed boys or not blue-eyed boys, की journey worth it है. Comment करके बताइए boys and girls. किसी और इंसान ने अगर SD Bocconi का इंटरव्यू दिया है या कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं Bocconi के बारे में आप लोग नीचे कमेंट कर सकते हो. But a lovely discussion. I'm humbled to have you both. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you.
Do the like button. See you in the comment section. Take care. Bye.